Hi, this is Frank Maselli. I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk with you about white glove workshops. I think you're going to find this story very powerful and exciting for growing your business in a modern and enjoyable way. Just as a quick introduction, I've been in the industry now for over 35 years. I started as an advisor for a major wirehouse and built my business almost entirely on seminars and workshops. These days, I'm a keynote speaker, industry trainer, and advisor coach, specializing in all forms of marketing and business development. I've also written 3 best-selling books. The most important for this discussion is my newest edition of Seminars, The Emotional Dynamic. I've personally done over 2,000 public seminars in my career, and I've helped thousands of advisors maximize the business results from their events. So, just to be clear, I am not a white glove employee. My only job is to help advisors do the best seminars and workshops they can possibly do. Let me give you the quick background story on white glove workshops. The founders are cousins, Dean Thurman and Mike Thurman. They're financial advisors who've been growing their practice primarily using educational seminars for the past 27 years. About 5 years ago, they realized they weren't seeing the same results from their direct mail marketing campaigns as they had experienced in the past. Previously, when they spent a ton of money up front, they would walk into a room full of prospects, but over time, they began to see diminishing returns, and they hated paying for empty seats. Dean and Mike thought there has to be a better way, so they took a break from direct mail marketing to brainstorm this better way. What they came up with is a very innovative approach using digital marketing to drive people into the workshops. When they realized how effective this was, they decided to share it with advisors all across the country. And in September of 2015, White Glove Workshops was born. Throughout my entire career, I've talked with thousands of advisors who've had very similar experiences to what Dean and Mike went through. The feelings are very common. Advisors today have no time to coordinate seminars. They're sensing that their current marketing strategy is not effective. They're spending way too much money on marketing, they're generating low attendance at seminars, or they're getting the wrong people, and competitors are having more seminar success. These are very, very deep frustrations. Dean and Mike are still in the trenches, so they know exactly what you want as advisors. They've drawn from their 27 years in the industry to create a proprietary marketing technology that will effectively reach and bring in the desired guests you want at your seminars. They have completely redesigned the seminar marketing model to put it in favor of the advisor, and they do this in 3 ways. They do all the work, they take all the risk, and they guarantee the advisor will gain a client. First, they do all the work. Planning a workshop can be very taxing for advisors and their staff, so White Glove takes on as much of the administrative burden as possible. They know that when you got into this business, your intentions were not to be event planners. That's why they handle all the seminar planning logistics. Your time is too valuable. Let them handle the back-end work so that you can focus on what's important, client relationships. The second way White Glove makes seminar marketing completely in favor of the advisor is that they take all the financial risk up front for their hosts. Say goodbye to pay and pray. You only pay for the households who actually attend your seminar, and you don't pay until the day after the event. Just like you get paid on performance, so does White Glove. No more paying for empty seats. White Glove Workshops also covers the financial cost of events that are canceled due to weather. Last year, when the hurricanes went through Florida and Texas, they canceled 40 workshops, and the advisors didn't pay a dime. They've also canceled several workshops this year due to ice and snowstorms. I can tell you from my own experience doing public seminars, the day of the seminar, I would watch the skies and I would listen to the radio weather all day long, praying that there wasn't going to be some sort of a rainstorm or a snowstorm or anything that would interfere with the attendance at my event. How many times, probably close to 100 times, I've had gigantic rooms set up and something came up at the last minute, some weather-related event came up at the last minute, and I would have 50 seats and 3 attendees. That's a very, very expensive lesson, and that'll turn you off to seminars really fast. The bottom line is White Glove takes all that fear away from you. No more risk on you. It's all on them. The final way White Glove puts the advisor first is by offering a guarantee. Since they're so confident you'll experience success if you effectively use their system, they offer a guarantee, which makes this virtually undeniable. If you don't get a client from their seminar, they will book, market, and pay for another event entirely free to you. Your white glove rep can explain the specific conditions, but this guarantee takes the final risk away from you. One of the questions advisors ask is about territories. This is where white glove is very different. They don't sell territories. They offer seminars on a first-come, first-served basis. White glove workshop seminars have quadrupled in growth. Back in 2016, they averaged 100 seminars per month. Now they're coordinating 400 or more seminars around the country each month. In 2016, they had 30 employees. Today, they have more than 90 employees. In 2017, they coordinated more than 3,500 seminars, and they're on track to far surpass that in 2018. So when it comes to seminar marketing and planning and logistics, just think of it this way. White Glove does all the heavy lifting. They offer you a 100% done-for-you seminar model where they do everything from finding and booking the venue to making reminder calls to guests and everything in between. Think of them as the Staples Easy button. They make seminar planning and marketing super easy for their hosts. So there are 3 simple steps to get started. First, choose a seminar topic. White Glove will provide you with several options, including Social Security, taxes and retirement, retirement income planning, estate planning, college planning, and a new one on real estate. The second step is to select a seminar date. They need at least a 6-week lead time. Anything beyond 6 weeks, they can coordinate as well. And the third step is to choose your geographic area. You'll want to identify where your best potential clients would be coming from. Keep in mind, they'll market around the venue to select for your seminar. They take things from there. The next step is selecting the venue. For educational workshops, they'll find and book a venue for you, most likely at a community center, college campus, or library. For food seminars, you will book the restaurant. Remember, White Glove doesn't ever send print mailers, so they're saving trees and making sure they reach your desired audience. They deploy your seminar marketing, which includes all the creative, executing the digital marketing, and handling all registrations. They take and manage all registrations, and their call center will follow up with a sequence of confirmation calls, reminder emails, and they even give guests the option to receive text updates to remind them about the workshop. As a bonus after your workshop, they will provide you with the list of guests who registered but didn't show up, so you can follow up with them and invite them to your office for a meeting. Your White Glove representative becomes your personal seminar coach. They'll guide you through everything you need to be successful, whether this is your first seminar or your 100th seminar. It's important to White Glove that you're successful. Your success is their success. They'll offer you tips, advice, and access to me. When you work with White Glove, you get my help. Now, just to put this in context, I've worked with tens of thousands of advisors throughout this industry. My book, Seminars, The Emotional Dynamic, is probably the industry Bible on seminars. It's now in its 4th edition. I've trained advisors at every firm in the industry on how to do the best possible seminars they can do. I will help you maximize the business results of your events. And we do this in several ways. Mostly it's one-on-one coaching over the phone, but there are some extensive reviews that we do if you video or audio record your presentation. I will go through that with a fine-tooth comb and we'll do a thorough critique of your presentation skills. In my opinion, what you do up in front of that room is the most critical part of the entire seminar equation, and I can help you master that delivery. Probably the best part of the entire White Glove experience is that it allows you to relax, have fun, and connect with your guests during the seminar. They take care of all the tedious work so that you can simply show up, educate your people, and ultimately book those follow-up appointments. So let me just wrap this up with a very brief story. I've been in this business now 35 years, as I said earlier, and I've done thousands of seminars. And I have to tell you that when I was doing public seminars, I had a dream. And the dream was I wanted to just show up and do the show and not have to worry about all the hassles and the pain and the struggle and the work involved in setting up the seminars. My fantasy was that I could just do the presentation, generate business, and bring in some new clients, and someone else would take care of all the work. Well, White Glove has made the fantasy a reality. They've taken all the stress, all the risk, all the cost away from you, all the upfront cost away from you. And they've made it possible for thousands of advisors who would love to do seminars, because I think many of you would really enjoy this. Many of you are fantastic presenters, and the idea of getting up in front of a room really turns you on. But it's all the logistics, and it's all the mess, and all the fuss, and all the difficulty that turns you off. White Glove handles all of that for you. And let me tell you something, seminars and workshops are working like crazy, not only for retirees, but there's an entire generation who are banging the table for education. They want help, and they're coming out of the woodwork for these seminars. So listen, bottom line, give it a shot. You've got absolutely nothing to lose with White Glove. They take all the risk, they do all the work, you do a great show, you generate new business. What could be better than that?